I guess the Lord had me in the right place, the right time, with the right commitment. I was president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And then we had agreed that, and I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed, after they signed their names to a petition, that we were going to march as a teacher group. And so on January 22nd, we met at Clark Elementary School here, which was the school where I attended the first grade through the sixth grade. We met upstairs, and we marched up a file. My partner was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. A.J. Durgan. He was the incoming president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And we led that march, teachers, for the first time in the United States, coming down the steps of Clark Elementary School, down Lawn Street, down to Alabama Avenue, down to the courthouse. Teachers for the first time. Getting down to the county courthouse, that was standing next to the steps, the superintendent of education, the chairman of the board of education, to persuade me, because I was a teacher, to take the teachers back to the school because we had made a point, and that no longer should we try to pursue that right from that particular point. And I told them we had a right to be at the county courthouse. It was our courthouse. We were not backing down from our right to be there. And I asked the superintendent and the chairman of the board, who signed my check, to step aside. We went up those steps. Jim Clark had his deputies across the door, and he indicated that we were trying to make a mockery out of his courthouse. And we indicated to him that that was our courthouse also. He gave us 1 minute to move off of those steps. At the expiration of that minute, he took the billy club and jabbed us down the steps on the sidewalk. And my partner, Mr. A.J. Durgan, who, as I said, was my teacher, he was not quite used to that stuff like I was. And he asked me on the ground, he said, "What shall we do?" I said, "We are going back." He said, Yeah. And so we went back the second time. We jabbed down the steps after a minute, and he asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer, and he gave me the same response. The third time, when I really was trying to get all the teachers arrested, because teachers were not aware of the tremendous influence. They were the largest black professional group here in Dallas County. And so after going back the third time, he said, "If you don't go up these steps," Jim Clark said, "we're going to arrest you." I said to myself, "Exactly what I want you to do." And so at about 45 seconds before that minute expired, someone on the inside of the courthouse came and pulled him on the inside of the courthouse door and said, I didn't go in there with him, but I can imagine what they told him. "For goodness sake, don't arrest those teachers."
That's right. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. Y'all see, I am by myself. It is a solo show today, solo host show today. I'm by myself holding it down. My co-host, Mr. Alan Reese, he has some business to take care of, and First Nurse Kimberly Reese and Alan Reese, they had some family business to take care of, but it's positive, none bad. So I said I'll hold it down for her. We was gonna cancel, but I was like, you know what? Mother's Day is this weekend, so let's not do the mothers like that, and hold it down for the mothers. Let's do that. So that's why today's show is entitled "Is Giving Mothers Their Flowers." So we're gonna get into a lot of things. Now, y'all already know what time it is. Before I go any further, if you have not booked the tour, you already know what time it is. Go to www.fdreesefoundation.org and book a tour, or you can go to Viator and find us on there. It's called the FD Reese Historical Tour. I actually had a shirt on today. If you book this tour, you get this shirt at a discount. It says I took the FD Reese Historical Tour. You don't want to miss that. These just came out. So go ahead and book the tour. It is an unorthodox tour, but you will be hosted and around the city with me and my brother, and we break down everything, all the valid points and vital points that our grandfather was instrumental when it came to the voting rights / civil rights movement in Selma, Alabama. So y'all already know, if y'all took the tour, y'all already know what time it is. If you don't have the book, Selma Self-Sacrifice, it is on Amazon. Please go get it. It is a great read. It's the life story of Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. Go get that. We also have a lot of other things coming up. We have a back to school drive / job fair coming up in DeKalb County, in Ellenwood. We're going to keep giving y'all, we're going to give y'all the information coming up once we get it all squared away. But we are in the final planning stages of that. So please be on the lookout for that. Keep your ears open if you want supplies for back to school and things like that for your children. We also going to educate them on Frederick D. Reese. So y'all please be on the lookout for that. Like I said, Mother's Day weekend is coming up. So we already know that mothers deserve all the flowers and more. You really can go to the store and throw the whole flower section at them, and it still won't be enough. So this show is dedicated to the mothers, all the mothers around the world, because we know mothers get credit, but some don't. Some mothers don't get credit. Some, they are looked over. They are marginalized. Here at the Lineage Podcast, we not having that. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to give mothers their flowers and their credit and everything that is due. And I'm going to break down, this is just me personally, my 5 of my top things, good characteristics of a good mother. It's going to be 5 characteristics coming from me, my own personal opinion. We already know you can give 100 when it comes to most mothers because they are truly a gem, truly diamonds. And so what I'm going to do is dedicate, I'll say this. I post some over the weekend about the song Amazing. I'll tell you how it came up. Someone hit me up and asked me, hey, I'm doing something for my mother over the weekend. Can I get permission to play your song Amazing? It fits perfect to the narrative, what we're doing for her. And if you don't mind, can we play it for her? And I said, sure. And so I gave her my website and she downloaded it. And so it gave me an idea to how about anyone that wants the song Amazing, just go to my website and you can download it for free. You can add it to your gift. That can be a gift, whatever. MJ Reese is here to help you out. You go to www.mjreesemusic.com and you hit the music section and you'll see the songs and you can click Amazing. Matter of fact, you can download the whole EP for free. So what I'm gonna do now is play that, and when we come back, we're gonna get into mothers. Now, something special. What I can do is, if you want to say something about your mother, give a shout out to your mother, and you are my Facebook friend, you can just hit me on the comments or hit me here and tell me, hey, I want to get on, and I can bring you on screen. I'll send you the invite, the link. You just click the button twice and you'll pop up on screen. And then if you want to talk about your mother, a famous story or something, a great memory about your mother in your head, today is the day, tonight is the night to give your mother their personal flowers. And we can sit here and reminisce and talk about how good our mothers is personally and not just around the world. So we're going to play the song, dedicate this song to all the mothers and all the women out there to show how special y'all are. So I'm going to play this song, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about the characteristics, for my personal opinion, about a good mother. So I'll be right back. They say a woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. So true. So I'm dedicating this song to God's greatest creation. Just wanted to let you know that you are amazing. Let me start by saying I love you, and no one can quite compare. You're so beautiful, so incredible. I'm always thinking of you. Oh yeah, yeah. You are so amazing. this 1,000,000 times, but I'm here to tell you 1,000,001 that you still are amazing. You know, just listen. You're so amazing. Second to none, you are incredible. You're so amazing. Second to none, you are incredible. You are so amazing. Yeah. You are God's greatest creation. Yeah. By far. Sisters and aunties, the queens of our lives. You are so amazing. You are. You are special. So special to me. You are. You're so amazing. You are. You are so amazing. You are. That's right. That's right. Song is amazing by yours truly. Shout out to all the mothers. This is Mother's Day weekend on the Lineage Podcast, and we are celebrating all mothers out there and giving you your flowers because we know it is well deserved. And we need to mention it all the time. So y'all know me. I like to bring up facts and things of that nature when it comes to me. Check this out. I didn't know this. The first official Mother's Day was May of 1908. It was by a lady named Anna Jarvis. Her mother passed in 1905. And she can see Mother's Day. It was in Philadelphia as a way of honoring the sacrifices mothers made for their children. The official day was in 1908. They in Philly they honored it, and then official U.S. holiday in 1914. So next year will be 110 years that Mother's Day has been in effect in the United States. So that's great. Also, it says mothers play a critical role in the family. Check this out. The mother-child relationship is vital for healthy development of children. They did a study. Mothers are the #1 caregivers in the world. That's besides nurses, teachers, and we know most of those occupations, women hold those positions. But I thought that was very interesting. Mothers are the #1 caregivers in the world. That doesn't shock me. We already know how mothers are very important in a young man's and a young woman's life across the board. If it weren't for mothers, we'll be in shambles, we'll be messed up. We already know that. So let's not even fake it. So I'm gonna talk about now what I will do and what I will say is, if you want to say something about your mother, if you want to tell a story about your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, because a lot of women play mother roles. They don't have the natural title of mother. But it's a lot of women out here who play mother roles, even to kids that have mothers and those that don't. So if you want to say something about your mother or tell a story, we can just have a conversation. Hit me on here, especially with my Facebook friend. Just say, I want to do it. I'll invite you. It take like 5-10 seconds. You hit it, then we'll bring you on screen. So anytime during the show, if you want to do that, just let me know and we'll make it happen. But let me shout out my mother. Now, one thing about my mother had me at a young age. I hope she don't, mind me telling the story. My mother had me, I think she had just turned 18 or 19. 18 or 19 years old. Now, I was over the house a few weeks ago and she found my original birth certificate. And people that, only my wife knows, one of my feet has an arch, the other one is flat-footed, and you can see it on the birth certificate. And I thought that was amazing. She found the original birth certificate of myself. But me and my mother have a special energy vibe, because if it wasn't for my mother, I would not be singing. And so that's a lifelong till we both gone to heaven that we will have a special connection with, because we both are considered good singers. My mother's great. I'm good in our family across the board. And she is, in my eyes, I would never be able to top her in singing. Never. I don't care. If I won Grammys, I'm still not able to top her. So she always was hard on me when I was first starting to sing. And it helped me throughout my life, not only in singing, but in other aspects of my life. So that's just one shout out I can get to my mother. It's hundreds of them. Now let's talk about what I think top 5 reasons mothers deserve their flowers and good characteristics of mothers. Now these are not in a particular order. Jasmine said, "This is amazing. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers." Yes, ma'am, you already know. Miss Beverly Taylor, such a great tribute song. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. So I'll go with number 1. These are not in a particular order. It's not important to least important. One of mine is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and even share what other people must be feeling. Now, I know we all know mothers. Mothers are very empathetic. They try to understand how you're feeling, sometimes to default. They try to understand what's going on. They are concerned, and they are very empathetic when it comes to anything, especially with their children. Now, we know mothers, particularly mothers in childcare and all of that, they have a soft spot for children. But if you're talking about their particular child, a mother is always empathetic to their children and to their child. They are always empathetic. They are trying to understand what you are feeling. Well, how did you feel? And sometimes our dads be like, you're a little bit too empathetic. But hey, it's a healthy balance and it's needed. It's needed when it comes to mother to child relationship, because if we didn't have that side, that balance, men and women will be in a world of trouble. We'll walk around here mean, and we really wouldn't have a lot of nice things to say if we didn't have that balance. So we need that balance. So that's one of the things that I think is a great characteristic of a good mother is empathy. It has to be in there. Number 2, this is another one that some mothers do by default. Loyalty. Now we all come on now. Mothers, loyalty. We know that mothers can be loyal to a default, but children need to understand that someone will always have their back. And we all know, we can all sit here and say, if no one has your back, your mother is going to have your back. Listen. And most of the time, mothers know their child better than anyone else. Most of the time, mothers know. I know my child. I know this. I know that, and the third. Even if your child is bad, even if they are misbehaving and mischievous, or whatever the case is, mothers are always going to be loyal to their child. I don't care how you slice it. This implies a faithfulness that is steadfast in the face of any temptation to renounce, desert, betray, give up, abandon, or choose otherwise, or choose others over your child. We already know that's the definition of most mothers. We already know that's the definition of most mothers now. They're going to be loyal to the end, sometimes by default, but that's a good characteristic to have, period. But especially for mothers. Number 3, trustworthy. That kind of goes into loyalty, but the loyalty is from a mother to the child. But the trustworthiness is more from the child to the mother. Let's keep it 1,000. We all know that we have no doubt that we can trust our mother. We have no doubt we can trust our mother most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. Our mother, we can trust her. Our mother is always going to try to have our best interest, and I'm saying most mothers. This is Mother's Day weekend, so we're giving the flowers to the mothers who deserve their flowers, in which I'm gonna say most of all of them do. There's some bad mothers out there, but to be honest, I don't know many. Just to be honest, I don't know many. But trustworthiness, we already know mother. We trust our mother. We know somebody gonna have our back. We can tell our mother about anything. Our mothers can know our insecurities, and they're not gonna make fun of us over them. They are going to try to help us get over those insecurities by any means necessary. I'll tell you one story about with my mom. One day, I'm transparent, I don't care. I think I was in the 5th or 6th grade, and you really start liking girls. Then I hope this person ain't watching, but I remember I had a girlfriend. Her name was Leah. She my Facebook friend, but she probably ain't watching. Name was Leah. We cool now. Don't worry about it. But we went together all the 4th grade, all the 5th grade, 6th grade. She wanted to get brand new. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to get brand new in the 6th grade. So she broke up with me and started going with a guy that I knew. Broke my heart. Oh, MJ, first heartbreak. There it is, right there. Stop the press. End of discussion. First heartbreak. She probably inspired a couple of songs. But my mother knew something was wrong with me. Dad, he was driving trucks real heavy then. So I don't even know if Dad was there at this particular time. But I never get. We was in the car, and Mama knew something was wrong with me because I was quiet. Now everybody know me. I would read the street signs and spell words and all of that when we in the car. And Mama knew something was wrong with me, so she cut the dome light on in the car, and she looked back there and she asked me, "MJ, what's wrong?" And I just bust out crying, y'all. But I told my mother what was wrong because I understood that my mother would give me the rights and the right advice to solve whatever was going on. But at this particular time, Mama couldn't do nothing about it. It just was heartbreak season, and it is what it is. But one thing, my mother, my dad, I always had a healthy balance. See, my dad would always give me the advice of when it comes to certain things, how you carry yourself as a man, how you carry yourself as a boy, right? Open the doors for the ladies and this, that, and the third. Now, my mom, when it came to the sensitive matters, she knew how to implement certain things so you can win the girls over. So when I would go to school sometimes, and it's Valentine's Day, I would have the best candy. You know what I'm saying? So when I get the girls the candy, it's a different look. You get what I'm saying? So I trust Mom to tell her, who I liked and this, that, and the third. And she always made sure I was straight. And so trustworthy. That's always a good characteristic in a good mother. They're going to trust you. Before I get to I got to shout out my mother-in-law too. Let me stay on my mother. Let me go there. If for some reason, if anybody else agrees with this, now my mother, when she was younger and when she was raising us, see, you got to understand, my mama had me at 19 and she had Alan at 21. And then she thinks she had Fred at 25. Now, her and my dad is 6 months apart, 5 months apart. So you got to understand they was in their prime raising us. But help me out, please. For some reason, when mothers are mothers, they are stern, they are strict. They are ready to go to battlefield. You mess up in school, they are the general. They got the ribbons on. They are everything. You know, they have the belt. They have the. I ain't gonna go too far because you know he's child abuse now, but y'all get what I'm saying. But for some reason, when mothers become grandmothers, I don't know what happens. All of the principles and all of the hardships and all of the hard disciplines and all of the beatings and all of that type of things, just for some reason they fly completely out the window. And my mother know I love her. My mother is the definition of that. Now, my best friend Tris, he always say he want 1995 Francis. And if you know the 1995 Francis, Francis didn't play. But for some reason, when she became a grandmother in 2007, it seems as if all of that 1995 Francis just became it was a complete different identity. So I don't know if they're in the grandmothers. Can y'all help me out? Why mothers, y'all are so great at it. Dads to granddads, they still have somewhat of a resemblance. From dads to granddads, they are just a little lighter. They aren't as stern on their grandchildren as children, which is understandable. But them mothers to grandmothers is like they take on a completely different identity. So y'all help me out with that. But now let me get to my mother-in-law. Now my mother-in-law, just a quick thing. My mother and my mother-in-law have the same middle name. It's crazy. Both of their middle name was Marie, but my mother-in-law probably gave me the easiest transition. And I tell my wife this all the time. The easiest transition into getting in the family that I've ever seen. My mother-in-law was calling me her son-in-law within probably like 3 months or less of me and her daughter dating. And so everybody accepted me as son-in-law and cuz and all that from the beginning. So shout out to my mother-in-law for making that an easy transition. I didn't want to forget that, so I had to throw that in there. Okay, so let's go to number 4. And this is another one that is a good characteristics of mothers. And I'm gonna go to number 4. This one here is another one that I think mothers do by default. It takes special kind of women to be a mother. I really believe that. Patience. Now, patience. It takes a lot of patience to be a mother. It takes a lot of patience, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Especially, I'll say the big difference in the patience when it comes to the initial stages of that child being born. The patience that a mother have when that baby's crying, when that baby got gas, when that baby ain't eating, when it takes a special kind of woman, a special kind of being to deal with those newborns, especially when they waking up every 2 hours and they need a bottle. That it mothers. I don't know how y'all do it. My hat's off. I always say, if y'all know me, I'm glad I'm not a woman, because women are very special. It's almost it's indescribable. Like it's almost a I'm not saying a UFO, but it's so great when God created a woman, everything that he put in a woman and everything she can bear and everything she can do, it's mind-blowing. But patience, mothers have to be patient in every stage of a child's life. It just is what it is. Mothers are more patient with children when it comes to the newborn stage. I think mothers are more patient when it comes to caring for the children. Now there's some different scenarios where fathers have that hat, but I'm talking about majority. A majority of mothers are more patient when it comes to the caring stages. A majority of mothers are more patient when it comes to um, um, the sensitive side of their kids. It's just, and then as when you become adults, mothers are also still more patient with their children going to adulthood when it comes to things that they still may bump their head on, and things of that nature. Mama gonna always come and have your back and understand that patience, which is kind of is mind-boggling to me, because the mother's journey in life and the father's journey in life is two totally different journeys. But when it comes to the hand-on caring of kids, it's nothing like mothers. Nothing like mothers. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep you long. I'm telling you, we're probably not gonna go this whole hour. Um, I promise you, 100% we're not gonna go this whole hour. Last but not least, this is my favorite one: inspirational. Mothers are very inspirational. Let's even just look at the songs. This is no disrespect to fathers, and I think it should change, but that's for another day. The songs that are written about mothers, the one that comes to my head is the Boys and Men song. It was written by Babyface, but that song is going to be played for Mother's Day until the end of time. But every word in that is true, and I guarantee you, most people, when they listen to that song, they can relate to some part of that song in their life, in their childhood, adulthood, or whatever. They can relate themselves to that song, some part of it, whether it's the verse, the chorus, anything. They can relate themselves, and I can relate. So inspirational. And mothers always they try to help their children strive towards the goal. If you notice that most of the time, when football or any athletes, basketball, or anyone accepts awards, especially men outside of their wife, most of the time they're going to thank their mother. Now, the reason of that is because they understand, in most cases, the father is working more hours. In most cases, the father is working more hours. So who is the one that took them to more of the football practices, more of the tutoring, more of the basketball practice? Who was there for most of the game? Like most of the time, in a normal household, the mother is there present more when it comes to certain things because of the dynamics of everything. So inspirational. Mothers are very inspirational when it comes to a lot of things. So those are my top five. Now, of course. Oh no, hold on. That was four. That was five. Let's do six. I'll do one more. This is the biggest one. I don't know why I didn't get this one. And this is to default, but we all need this. Number six is love. But you have to put a caveat on there. Unconditional love. Now we all know mothers are the definition of having unconditional love to their children, because some children don't even treat their mothers right, how they deserve to be treated. And mothers still have unconditional love for their children. It's like I said, it's indescribable. That the deep love that mothers have. But let's be honest, and let's keep it 1,000. Most of the time, if kids had to choose between father and mother, most of the time they're going to choose their mother. It is just a natural connection and vibe and a natural love that boys and girls have for their mother. It's kind of the way God created it. So like I said, it's undescribable, But mothers have that unconditional love. And let's be honest, sometimes as kids, as teenagers, as young adults and adults, we need that, because sometimes we drop the ball. We just really do. We drop the ball multiple times. But one thing we always know, if there's one person that's gonna tell me the truth, give it to me straight, and then still unconditionally love me throughout my head bumps, it's always gonna be mother. It's always gonna be the mamas. So that is all I have for the day. We didn't want to cancel the podcast on Mother's Day weekend. Like, what kind of men would we be? But we wanted to come on here and show love to our mothers and to all the mothers across the world. Have a happy Mother's Day. You deserve it. Make your kids and your husbands bring their checkbook. Go think about your favorite food and tell them. Sometimes it's not bad to tell them, because they're gonna ask you, and mothers, what do you want for Mother's Day? Well, I don't really want none, just want, just y'all come on around, this and that and that. Sometimes mothers, y'all say, I want a steak, I want some lobster, and I saw there's a new purse that I would like to have. So y'all, however y'all got to pull together to get it, y'all just get it and take me to get my favorite food. But we know mother's not gonna say that, because it's not about that. They just want their family around and their kids around, so that's good enough for them, and that shows the heart of mothers. So once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Enjoy your day Sunday, and we will be back next Thursday on the Lineage Podcast. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the world. I will leave y'all with the song again. Please, if you want that song, www.mjreesemusic.com. It's a tribute. It'll be a great tribute. Your mother will never forget it. So happy Mother's Day once again, and we'll see y'all next Thursday. They say a woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform, which is so true. So I'm dedicating this song to God's greatest creation. Just wanted to let you know that you are amazing. Let me start by saying I love you. And no one can quite compare. You're so beautiful. You're so incredible. I'm always thinking of you. Oh yeah, yeah. You are so amazing. You are God's greatest creation by far. To all of the grandmothers, mothers, daughters and wives, sisters and aunties, the queens of our lives. You are so amazing. You are. You gotta be sent from heaven. Gotta be from above. Forever and a day, you're cherished. Cherished. I see an angel here on earth. There's no limit to your worth. You know the world adores you, and I do too. You are so amazing. Yeah. You are to me God's greatest creation. Oh yeah, by far. To all of the grandmothers, mothers, daughters and wives, sisters and aunties, the queens of our lives. You are so amazing. You are. And I know you may have heard this a million times, but I'm me to tell you 1,000,001 that you still are amazing. You know, just listen.
You so